number 7 UFC women's strawweight Carla Esparza. Congrats.
Thanks
First
so
up, first up, we have Caroline Pierce from BT Sport for you. Caroline, we have you on.
Thank you. Hi, Carla. Big congratulations on your performance tonight. Split decision win. Are you happy with that performance? And how tough of a test was it for you?
I wish I would have done more and been able to secure more like takedowns and done more on my feet, but I'm happy with the win for sure.
Well, the picture on a 3-fight winning streak now. I mean, of course, I'm sure the route is back to fighting for the belt. What a great story that will be after being the inaugural champion. Where do you feel that you go next after this performance?
I think a great fight for me is Claudia Gadelha. We had a very controversial split decision a couple years ago, and I called her out, and she's recently called me out, so I think that would be a great match to make.
Absolutely. You've had some tough tests coming off the last fight and, of course, went to the split decision tonight. In terms of your own performance, you said you wanted more. What do you feel you could have done more in there tonight?
I feel like I could have let go of my hands a lot more and just kind of gotten in more and just really like push the pace and, just gone after it more.
Was it difficult to get the takedowns?
It was. I would definitely say she was very good at like moving on her feet and very elusive. Like she was good at keeping that social distance. Like every time I went in, she would like back up and just just kept that range. So it was a little pretty difficult to get her down.
Everyone's been practicing that social distancing. It's playing out in the fight. Hey. Talking of which, what was it like having no crowd in the arena? I know you've been used to tough and not particularly having too many people around with that, but when it comes to a big event like this, a pay-per-view, how did that feel?
It was a little bit different because tough was we had such a short walk, and this was like the same walk we normally do, like that big long walkway, but just it was like I tried to tune people out, but it was weird not having to tune anybody out. It was a little strange for sure.
You always show us your toughness, and thanks for putting on a great show tonight. Best of luck with the next one.
Thanks so much.
Next, we have James Lynch from The Score.
Hey, Carla, congratulations on the victory. When they said 30-27 on the scorecards, how nervous were you? Because you never really know with the judges sometimes.
I'm not going to lie. I was lightweight freaking out, because if somebody saw it like that one-sided, then, it's kind of scary when another judge might think they got 2 rounds, or you never know. And I was definitely pretty worried, but fortunately they read him out pretty fast, so I was able to get that win.
You've been on a roll, like Caroline mentioned in that question, 3 straight fights. Has there been anything that you can cite that has really changed things for you? Because you've really looked incredible over these last couple fights.
Thanks so much. I think after I lost 2 in a row, that was my first time in my career ever losing 2 in a row. And to me, that meant I had to really step back, go to the drawing board and make some adjustments and evolve. So I really just took a good amount of time off, and I think I made a lot of adjustments, and I think it's shown.
And you mentioned Claudia Gadelha. She's actually fighting Angela Hill. Would you want the winner of that fight, or is there another opponent that would come to mind?
Oh, I'll take the winner of that fight. I've actually fought both of them, so I'm definitely game for that.
And last one for me, how close do you feel like you are to getting a shot at that title again? Because it's a division that right now is has a lot of contenders, but obviously you just fought tonight, so you're kind of on everyone's mind.
I'm always trying to work my way towards that. I think I've always been, not too far away in the talks. I think, always about a fight away, or, I'm on a 3-fight winning streak. So, I'd love the opportunity to get back in there. This division is so deep and so tough. Like the top 5, top 10 is just always so, so difficult. And it's always like crazy fights and crazy wins. It's always being changed around, so you never know what can happen, but I would definitely love to have another shot.
Thank you.
Next, we have Heidi Fang Divine from Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Hi, Carla. I was curious, just from your end, you talked about being able to hear more. How much did it help you to hear the commentary? I had seen something that you kind of heard something Daniel Cormier said, and you reacted to it.
Yeah, it's crazy because he was like kind of criticizing me, and I was like, part of me is like, hey, like that's messed up, like why are you, saying that? But I was like, that's actually a good idea. He's like, she's just striking, or she's just going for takedown. She needs to mix it up. I'm like, all right, all right. Like I kind of tried to like make some adjustments in there, and yeah, it's crazy. You're definitely able to really hear them in there.
So, what do you have planned as far as like wanting to fight again? Are you thinking like getting right back in there, or is it something like just kind of due to the situation and all around us, like this was the one for you that you would come out to do right now?
I never like to look too far ahead. I would definitely like to. It's been a really long camp, to be honest. Like I've been preparing for this fight since like early January. Like I think I found out January 4th, so it's been like close to like 4 months of training, and just mentally, I think I would like to take a little bit of a break, a couple weeks, kind of just chill mode, like pretty much everyone's been doing in quarantine. But I haven't really gotten to super chill because I've been training hard for this fight. So yeah, I think like a little bit of time off, and then I would definitely like to get right back to it.
Great. Thank you, Carla.
Thank you.
Last, we have Gabriel Gonzalez from Cage Side Press.
Hey, Carla, congratulations. I just want to ask, what are your thoughts when you're hearing one scorecard 30-27 for Michelle and then another one 30-27 for you?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of freaked out for a second there. It's kind of scary because if somebody sees it that one-sided, then you don't really like know how it's gonna come out. And it was crazy that one judge saw. I think one judge gave me all 3 rounds too. So it was kind of like very lopsided judging. And I'm not sure how they've been calling the fights like all night, but I thought that was a really weird call, and it definitely freaked me out.
A lot of people notice in the third round, we just saw a really significant uptick in your volume. Was that the advice in the corner, or was it just that sense of urgency going into that last one?
Yeah, my coach, Colin Oyama, told me, he was like, yeah, you really need to pick it up this round. You won that first round. Second round was questionable. You need this round. Give it everything you have. Put out the gas tank. Like, let's go. So, I just really pushed it. And one time my coach yelled at me like I had a good, strike. He was like, more than one. I was like, okay, okay. Like, so I really just try to put it together and listen to my coach.
Finally, the fight was previously scheduled for the Portland card. Can you just talk about the changes that you had to make in terms of grabbing training partners and everything else in terms of the camp and the shortened one?
Yeah, in the beginning of my camp, like a lot of my training partners and a lot of my coaches were like not a part of it. I was lucky enough that one of my coaches came out of retirement, came out of quarantine to come help me once we got rebooked the fight. My coach Matt and my coach Colin Oyama stuck with me through the whole thing, and we were training hard the whole time.
Awesome. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
I guess we have one more, Dani Sakuraba from USA Today MMA Junkie.
Hey Carla, I just have a couple questions about the crowd. Would you say you fight better with or without the crowd? Like, how was your experience?
I don't know. It's hard because I don't have a lot to compare it to. I mean, I had 3 great performances on The Ultimate Fighter, no crowd, and this performance was, so. So I don't know. I guess I'd have to I'd have to ask others like what they really think. And I haven't seen the fight yet, so I would say like I wish I would have done better this fight. Definitely the crowd I feel like can pump you up sometimes. Like if there's ever like like not much going on in the fight, they're like, let's go, hurry up, and I feel like that definitely pumps you up. Or if somebody's going for a submission or has like or like let's say I get on top and I land a nice elbow and they're like, yeah, like it really pumps you up. So I definitely miss fighting in front of a crowd, but hopefully, fingers crossed, this quarantine thing will be over sooner than later and next fight.
Yeah, and I say that because your your last fight, the crowd was quite was quite very lively in Mexico. So you kind of had the polar opposites.
You know what? Actually, now that you mention that, I'm actually stoked that I didn't have a crowd this fight because the last, I feel like I have like a little bit of traumatic experience from last time because fighting like the hometown star in Mexico City, and I had a beer poured on me as I was walking out after the fight. Like it was crazy. So I would definitely say that I'm I'm kind of happy that it was nice not having, like any hate or any beer poured on me.
And just lastly for me, do you think it makes enough of a difference for it to be something to focus on and try to prepare for? Like, could you see the lack of crowd potentially influencing an outcome of a fight?
You know, that's really hard because, how do you truly prepare to be in this scenario, like at a fight, other than just being here? I mean, you can't replicate, a huge stadium. Like, it's not like we can go train, at a stadium because nobody's even allowed in these places. So, and it's at the gym, it's just usually your teammates. So I would say everything's worth trying to prepare for.
Mm.
I would say it's probably pretty difficult to prepare for like a circumstance like this.
Okay. Thank you, Carla, and congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carla. You are finished. Have a great night.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.